Chapter 13, Yawny Valley Science and Letters Academy. It has been 2 school days since our last prank. Pranking Josh Barkin was practically an official pastime for the Terrible Two. Miles and Niles had it down to an art form, and today's exercise would be particularly elegant. Did you know you can pull a beautiful prank using only items from a sack lunch? It was last autumn. The day was clear and cold. Miles and Niles bundled up in coats, ate lunch on a bench far from the other kids. Miles gave Niles his apple bar, and Niles gave Miles his fruit snacks, as usual. Unusually, they did not split Miles's Twinkie. They ate fast, packed up, and snuck into the locker room. The locker room was cold. The locker room was always cold, and it smelled of chlorine, mildew, and the cologne some older boys used. The floor was gray. The lockers were gray. The lights were off, and the whole room was gray. The thick rubber mats on the ground dampened the noise from the Terrible Two's footsteps. The only sound was the dripping of a leaky shower head. Here was locker number 667, which belonged to Josh Barkin. "All right," said Miles, running his hand against the cool metal. "Open it up." Miles removed an empty soda can from his lunch bag, and Miles handed him a pair of scissors. "Are you sure this works?" Miles asked. Niles didn't answer. He sheared off the can's top and bottom, slit its inside, and unfurled the aluminum on the ground. Working quickly, he cut out the shape of an M. He then folded the top half of the M down over itself, and he folded the outside legs of the M up. Niles held up the shim. "Here it is," he said. "It looks like underwear," said Miles. "Like robot underwear," said Niles. "Really skimpy robot underwear," said Miles. They laughed for a few seconds before the mission continued. Niles curved the shim around the U-shaped shackle of Josh's combination lock. He forced the metal down into the mechanism, wiggled it around a little, and click, the locks popped open. "Ha ha," Miles said. He actually said ha ha. Miles grimaced and pushed Josh's gym clothes aside. Beneath a pair of ratty gray shorts was the prize they'd been seeking. A pair of blue sneakers with non-marking soles. Miles unwrapped the Twinkie and broke it in half. Let us remember the noble sacrifice of this perfectly edible snack cake, he said, handing Miles a piece. They dipped their fingers into the Twinkie's white cream and smeared the grease all over the bottom of Josh Barkin's shoes. In PE, the prank went down like this. Josh was the last one to change, as usual. He spent most of his time in the locker room throwing wet paper towels at a big mirror on the wall. Coach B started blowing his whistle at 2:09. 1 minute, Coach O shouted. 1 minute and you're late. Coach B continued blowing his whistle every 10 seconds as the stragglers poured forth from the locker rooms. Groups of girls rolling up the sleeves of their t-shirts. A boy who forgot his gym clothes, sulking in jeans. Slouching kids carrying novels. 10 seconds, said Coach O. Coach B's whistle blowing had become frantic, and Coach O waved a pack of pink slips in the air dramatically. In the locker room, Josh heard the warning. He slicked back his hair in the mirror. 5, Cowden, said Coach O. 4. Josh liked to cut it close, but he was a Barkin. He had a perfect attendance record to maintain, and so he shook the water off his hands and jogged across the locker room's rubber mat. 3, said Coach O. Josh crossed the trophy room's carpet. "Two," said Coach O. Josh Barkin pushed open the big doors, jumped onto the gym's wooden floor, slid 6 feet, flapped his arms like a startled chicken, kicked one leg in the air, and fell over next to the volleyballs. Coach B stopped blowing his whistle. Josh turned fuchsia. The kids laughed loudly, and the sound bounced all around the gym. Coach O grinned. "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buster Keaton." Nobody laughed at that joke, but they were still laughing at Josh. "The silent film actor," said Coach O. "He was always falling down. Come on, that's funny. I can't believe none of you know who Buster Keaton is." "I know who he is," said Holly. "That was funny, right?" said Coach O. "It was kind of funny," said Holly. Meanwhile, Josh was on the ground, feeling the soles of his shoes. "They're slippery," he shouted. "My shoes are slippery." If he thought this revelation would make the kids stop laughing, he was wrong. They laughed harder. Josh licked one of his fingers. "Cream," he said. "Somebody put cream on my Stewart. It's like you just licked your shoe. Shut up, Nimbus, Josh shouted. I've been pranked. Miles and Niles looked at each other over and scratched their temples with 2 fingers. It was the way they gave their secret handshake when they wanted to keep it very secret. Josh pointed the finger he just licked at the crowd. Somebody pranked me. Nonsense! A door opened. The laughter stopped. Everyone turned toward the back of the gym. Bertrand Barkin stood there in a dark suit. But, silence, Josh, said Prince Barkin. You're embarrassing yourself. I could hear your yowling from hallway across the lawn. His shoes squeaked as he slowly made his way forward. He left a trail of black scuff marks behind.